Hey, book club. So today is our last day of reading the Blitz. So after today's lesson, we'll do our final few pages of the Blitz. And then tomorrow's lesson, we'll be starting a new historical fiction story. Okay. But first, let's get to our lesson for today. Okay. Now, our lesson for today is about how, just like us humans in real life, our characters are also complicated, okay? And they have multiple layers to their personalities, all right? So, for example, me as a person, there are times when I feel more shy, maybe when I'm in an area where I don't know a lot of people. But then there are also times when I feel more outgoing, more social, when I feel like I know a lot of people. Okay. So I'm complicated. I have layers to my personality. Now, just like how I and all of you are complicated, and there's lots of words and descriptions we could have for ourselves, same thing with our characters. And our characters, one reason why they might be complicated is because of the historical time that they're going through. Okay. So let me give you an example of this. We've talked about how this moment in history, this coronavirus pandemic, this is a big historical event that people will think about for a long time. Maybe it's going to have an effect on your personality. Maybe you are going to be someone who feels like they have to be very clean all the time, always washing their hands and using hand sanitizer, even long after this pandemic is done. Okay. Or maybe you're going to be someone who feels like they need to have 100 rolls of toilet paper at their house at all times because you lived through this pandemic when there was a shortage of toilet paper for some reason. So the historical events of our time can affect who we are and even the way that we might act and behave for a long time from now. Okay. So same with our characters. All right. So I know all of us are reading Number of the Stars. Anne Marie is being affected by World War II. Okay. So eventually you're going to notice Anne Marie starting to have to be more brave to really stand up to some of these soldiers in certain situations. And, maybe that's the way she always was, or maybe because of the difficult situation, the historical event she's going through, she's having to act more brave. Her personality is getting more complex and is changing because of all the historical events going on. Okay. So what I want us to do today is think about our main character from the Blitz, Reggie. Okay. So I have here a whole list of different character traits. These are mostly adjectives that describe people. Okay. I want you to try and find two. Okay. Two that you think could describe Reggie. Okay. Because if we can find more than one, that proves to us that he's a complex character. Just like us real people, our characters are more than one way too. Okay. So what you might want to do is when you finish reading, or even right now, you might want to pause the video so you can really take a look at all these different words and try to think, what are two that describe Reggie's personality pretty well? Okay. Because that's what you're going to be responding to on Flipgrid today. All right. So on our assignment, okay, you're going to finish the rest of the story. So I believe we were right here on the bottom of page 13. Okay, you're going to keep going until the story is done. So you're going to read 14, 15, 16. I know we've usually been stopping at those little British flags. There's only a couple more pages. We're going to finish it up. 17 and 18. And then the last couple are the glossary. So you can take a look at some of the different World War II terms they used. Okay. So you're going to finish the book today. Okay. Then we'll go to our Flipgrid conversation. Log in with our Google account. Okay. And here's our conversation for today. So it says characters are complicated. So what are two character traits you think Reggie demonstrates or shows? And I want you to try to include text evidence, like examples to support each of your traits. So if you think Reggie is brave, you got to tell me why you think he's brave. What does he do? What's an action or something that he says that shows that he's brave? Okay. So for your tip, here's a sentence starter you can use. I think Reggie is blank and blank. So that's where your character traits will go because blank. And that's where your evidence will go. So 2 character traits, okay, and then evidence for Reggie. So remember, you might want to go back in the video to this page where it has all the different character traits, freeze it on that, okay? Study those character traits and then pick 2 that you think match with Reggie's personality. All right, I'm excited to see what you come up with.